Alright, so here we go with trig ratios day 2. So our learning target for today is that you can solve for missing angles of a right triangle using trigonometric ratios. So yesterday we learned how to find the missing sides. We learned the missing sides of a right triangle given an acute angle of the triangle and any one side. So if we're given a side and an angle of a right triangle, we can solve for the rest of the triangle. We can find any missing sides or any missing angles. Today we're going to do something like the opposite. So given the length of any two sides of a right triangle, we will learn how to find the measure of either of the acute angles. So again, the opposite, we're going to start with the sides and we're going to figure out what the angles are. So let's take a look at this first example here. We have a right triangle and it has legs of 8 inches and 15 inches. So we want to find the measure of the angle opposite the side that measures 8 inches. So with most of geometry, a picture is going to be helpful. So remember, when in doubt, draw it out. So I'm going to draw a right triangle over here. Your right triangle could be different. It could be the same. So I'm going to put my right angle over here. I'm going to label it ABC just for fun. And since this side looks like it's a little shorter than this side, I'm going to label this 8 and that 15. Okay, and these are inches. And we want to find the measure of the angle opposite the side that measures 8. So I want to find the measure of the angle opposite the 8. So I'm going to find the measure of angle A. So again, I like to picture myself standing, or maybe not me, if you're noticing the haircut, standing at the angle that I'm working with. So in this case, I'm working with angle A, and then my next thing to do would be to label my sides of the right triangle with O, A, and H. So if I'm standing over here, the side opposite my right angle is my hypotenuse. The side across from me, opposite side, and then the side next to me, but not the hypotenuse, is the adjacent side. So I've got my opposite side is 8, my adjacent side is 15. We don't know my hypotenuse, we don't need it. And I want to find angle A. So I'm going to put a little X in here. You don't necessarily have to. You could use A if you wanted to, but we'll use X for this one. So if I want to find A, and I know the opposite side, and I know the adjacent side, so we are given the opposite side and the adjacent side. Which one of our trig ratios uses the opposite side and the adjacent side? Well, we've got SO, CA, TOA, our little abbreviation. So here again, our tangent uses the opposite and the adjacent. So for this, we're going to use the tangent ratio. Alright, so standing over here at A, so I know the tangent of angle X is going to be the opposite over the adjacent. So that's going to be 8 over 15. So tan X equals 8 over 15. So what we need to do here is we need to get rid of this tangent. We can't really divide by it because it's not really tangent times X, it's the tangent of X. So we have to do the inverse of whatever this is. So if you remember from algebra, when you were solving equations, if you had multiplication, you undid multiplication with division. Multiplication and division are inverse operations. So for tangent and our other trig functions, if we want to undo it, we have to do the inverse. So we literally take the inverse, tan inverse, this tan to the -1, we say tan inverse of both sides. So we're going to take the tan inverse of the tangent of X, and we're going to take the tan inverse of 8 over 15. So to undo the tangent of an angle, we do the tan inverse of an angle. So these are going to cancel each other out. So on this side we're left with X. And then this we have to plug into our calculator. So if you notice on your calculator, right above tangent, there's a little tan to the -1. There's a little tan inverse. So you want to hit the second key on your calculator. So we're going to hit second. And then we're going to hit the tangent key, so that's going to give us the tan inverse. And then we're going to, it's going to give us parentheses, so we're going to do 8 divided by 15. You're going to close your parentheses. and hopefully your calculator gives you about 28.1 degrees. So the angle opposite the 8 is about 28.1, and my question that I want to pose to you is, can you find the other acute angle? Okay, if you can, let me know next time I see you in class.